Like, then you don't know. Like, whenever it's ready, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I would always reference water. Never understood, like, everything that comes to me creatively, mostly around water. Before I came here, I'd taken some African fabric and just reupholstered my headboard. Don't know where the idea came from. I said, okay, our ancestors, I'm gonna try this. I'm using glue. I had gloves on, everything. And I actually posted a piece on my Insta, and I said, I felt really creative mood. That was the handle, creative mood. And so I would always, water was in the background. I sleep to water. I sleep to the ocean, or the sound of water. When I'm in my kitchen, I often find myself getting the presence of ancestors, and I bust out laughing because I'm around water. And I went to the water after Katrina. I was in Mississippi. And I was born in Jackson, Mississippi, lived in the Delta for 8 years, and then had been here in New Orleans over 30 years. So I've always been surrounded by the Mississippi water, that red clay of the Natchez Indians. And I tell people I was born of the red clay, raised of the swamp. That's how I use my blurb. However, whenever I go to the water, I'm able to release. She catches it from me, and she gives me back what I need. And so I told people when we were talking earlier, you were saying it's something when you're moving around and you had gone to the cemetery and you felt nothing, right? You go to that water. Go sit at that water.
I know. Yeah, I know now. Like, see, again, like, so on the Vineyard, on the Inkwell, and the beach in Martha Vineyard, we do this thing called Kahina Van Dyke is the organizer of it.
Okay.
And it's called June Jubilee.
Okay.
We, again, we're white and we go to celebrate the ancestors. But I see my wife standing over to the left by herself, while there's a large group of people. And she's in thought. She's in deep thought. And I'm like, walk over and say, babe, what's on your head right now? And she's looking at this body of water. She says, I am thinking about those that chose the water.
Oh.
And my immediate response at that time was to mourn their choice. But then that was in June. In August, we were in Ghana. And the power of the waves at the, the Ivory Coast dungeon. Because I had gone to Amina dungeon before. The spirits there are intense. But I'm like, at one point while I'm there, I realized, those were the ones that had faith.